Hey guys, Head on a Spike here with another custom minifigure video today for you. Today I'm going to be showing you how to build a really complicated figure. This is another really tricky one that I made a long time ago in a galaxy far away. This is my second attempt at this character. This is T3-M4 from the KOTOR series, Knights of the Old Republic. This is another character in addition to the whole playlist of characters I'm creating for this challenge I'm trying to make myself do. Of every single party member you make in KOTOR, or every single party member you find in KOTOR 2. So I'm going to be making Atten, HK-47, T3-M4, Mira, Handmaiden, Kreia, and everybody else. Bayador, all those guys. Mandalore, yes, all of them, ever. And when I got to T3-M4, I was like, well, hey, how about I try to recreate the one that I made, but do it better. So this is like, I made Mark 1, and now I'm making Mark 2. So the biggest problem I had with Mark 1, which is, right here, was that it was just too gosh darn long and big. Okay, that was my biggest complaint for myself of how big he was. Now, the thing that I didn't realize is that Lego, not me, I'm quoting Lando here, it's not my fault. Lego made figures that are not to scale like they are in the movies. Because guess what? Lego in of itself is very small. I mean, yeah, all figures are very small. So, you see, I'm just like going to compare them both right here for now. The problem is, when you look at the characters in the movies, they are drastically different in height. Like, if you look at Yoda and Luke, Yoda's like, as tall as Luke's boot. And in the Legos, like, Yoda's really practically as big. Same with his droids. You see, R2-D2 in the movie is like way shorter than Luke, for example. But in the Lego universe, guess what? Here's Luke and here's R2-D2. R2-D2 is practically just as tall as Luke. What's up with that? That's crazy. Alright, this is authentic Lego, and you can clearly see here just how huge R2-D2 actually is. Whereas in reality, R2-D2 should probably be as tall as, like, this piece of armor. Like, that should be how tall R2-D2 is. The whole figure. But he's not. He's as big as this. So, that being said, basically I'm just trying to say it's not my fault if these figures aren't to scale with the characters in the video game. I'm just trying to direct the blame elsewhere. So, again, therefore, let me conclude here that, so I made HK-47, right? We saw him. I uploaded that video. You guys saw that. At least you should have. If you didn't, go check it out. And T3-M4, the first version was this big, which is like really big compared to HK-47. So with the second version I made, now he's this big. So, it's a little bit smaller maybe, but it's not drastically smaller like I was hoping. Like, he's still like, I guess the first one is longer, which was like the biggest issue. I still am pretty happy with how this build turned out. Like, I'm really happy with like all the movability and maneuverability. Like, every single part here moves. The feet, the front legs, the back legs, the head, the antenna, all that. All these things, every single thing has articulation, even like the midsection. So I was happy with that. And I tried to basically mimic that same sort of deal with this Mark II, except try to make him smaller, which I think I did, but not by a whole lot. So, I don't know. You guys can be the judge, but, just don't judge too harshly because, like I said 1,000 times, Lego did this, not me. But making their pieces too gosh darn big. If they made them all small, I can make a smaller build, but all the pieces are just really big. So that's why T3-M4 still looks kind of big, and that's all there is to say about that. So I used my same design for the head here. This is the same exact head as the first one, except I just made it in light gray, because I think T3-M4 looks more silvery than dark gray. So that's why I just did the same exact build, but with these light gray pieces. Also, I never liked how this didn't match with the old version. How this had like a light gray lever bottom handle part, and like the little connecting piece inside here is also light gray. That always bothered me, because everything else is completely dark gray, and also this inside piece is also light gray. So I was like, Bob Saget, this isn't dark gray. It isn't matching. So that's why I took it upon myself for the Mark II to be sure that everything matched. A lot closer than the dark gray one, the Mark I. So, the biggest contender of how I got this to work was using the Exoforce Devastator droid. That was like the chassis of T3-M4. And I removed the legs that he had and put them in place where his arms are. So I took his arms off and put the legs there, because it makes that beautiful arch that T3-M4 has for his, like, you know, front legs. I thought they looked really good. It looks very robotic-y and cool. And then the back, I used these little wrench pieces. And don't worry, at the end I'm going to do the same thing I did with the first T3-M4 build, where I'm going to compile step-by-step pieces for every single part of how to build this T3-M4. I did that for the first one, I'll do that for the second one. I have the little wrench piece here, and then I made new feet. These are basically based off of the first feet that I made, but a little bit different, a little bit of alteration here. Because in the first one, I just had the little washing machine piece this way, without any connecting piece. And this time, and I had like a different bottom foot. That was a different piece. So for this one, it's 3 pieces. I'll show this again, like in the stop motion video thing, how to make the little feetsies. It's like a cheese wedge. It's a little bit complicated. I can just show it in the end. But yeah, it's I liked how small it was, how small I was able to make the feet. They do look a lot smaller than the first one I made. If you look at that comparison, like look at the angle of the cheese wedge there. It looks way smaller. So I was happy with that, with different pieces that I figured out. And it still has that opening for like the little bump here to add the clip to then attach to the back, to then have the back treads, the back feet. And what's cool about having the wrench piece here is that you can actually slide this upwards or back to like readjust to like see how long you want your droid or how short you want him. So there's a little bit of freedom here, which I kind of like. That was a happy accident that you can do that. And you can still like angle the legs in different ways to like have them in different poses. So you can like, have him looking up more if you have like the legs kind of back. If you want him looking more forward, like he's getting into a battle position, you can move them forwards. So then he's like more straight, like he's like moving forward. And also I still love, again, my original design with the head. So it has this little hole, so you can put an actual blaster right there on the top, just like in the game, so you can shoot all the bad guys. So I don't know. I'm still pretty happy with how he turned out. Do I wish he was smaller? Yes. Do I think there could be improvements made about this? Possibly. I was thinking like 4 different other versions of how to build this character, but the problem was every single version, they're always the same size. I just don't know how to build T3-M4 by making him smaller than this scale. I really am struggling with that. So if you guys ever want to tackle the idea of making T3-M4, or like how to make him smaller, please let me know. I would love to compare notes and check out what you came up with and call you brilliant, because I've been racking my brain on how to build this character for years now to make him smaller. And this is my Mark II, If there's a Mark III in the future, I'll post it on here. This might be it though, because this is really rough. It's very, very hard to make this character. And there's other characters I want to make before that, so this is probably going to be it. And there's also only 2 KOTOR games anyway. There's not a KOTOR 3. There kind of is, but it doesn't really count, I think, because you don't really get party members or whatever. But, you know, KOTOR 1 and KOTOR 2, that's what these playlists are going to be on the channel. So that's going to do it for this video. Please like and subscribe to this channel if you dig this. Alrighty then, head on a spike out.